We've got riots in Spain, we got riots in Greece, so now all of a sudden it seems like what we thought was maybe, put on the back burner is right back up to the front burner. I'm here with Fabian Casares from Knight Trading. So it does seem like now we're seeing the dollar up, and all of a sudden this issue that we thought was maybe not so troublesome is rearing its ugly head again.
Exactly. If you think about what has happened over the last few weeks, the markets probably got a little bit too enthusiastic. People sort of forget about what's really happening in the world. There were a lot of distractions. Once those things sort of take a side step, well, these things come back into focus. And I think if you saw all night, there were issues in Madrid, there were issues in southern Spain, in Barcelona, and you had a situation in Greece. So the idea of European Union seems further and further away.
Well, that's the big concern, is especially with these violent protests in Greece. Now we start to think, oh, they're going to have new elections. Are the real fringy groups going to get in? And then that reintroduces that fear of Greece pulling out of the euro.
Exactly. It's a fresh reminder of what happened not too long ago in Greece, and then coincidentally, we had the flash crash right around that same day. I think this is a current reminder that the situation is not as tightly wound as probably people have thought. The comments from Draghi not too long ago were great for that moment. They're sort of going away at this time.
As I mentioned, it's bringing the dollar back up. So what are you seeing as far as currency trends now?
The euro seemed like it was getting a little bit ahead of itself. It was breaching through a couple of technical indicators, and some people were a little cautious above this area. So I think it's ripe for a pullback. That seems to be the order of the day. And whenever these types of volatile events happen around the world, through time, the dollar always seems to be the haven. So there is certainly a bid there, taking that euro-dollar trade off. That seems to be the order of the day.
All right. And so when we see a strong dollar, what's the effect overall on the market?
Well, I think you're going to look at a couple of these commodities and a lot of these steel producers, the oil and gas names, a lot of those that were propped up with this QE trade unwinding a little bit. If you looked at crude oil has done nothing but go down for the last week and a half. I think we're down to about $90 a barrel. So I think look there for a lot of strength. Once you see some support there, well, we'll probably be able to do that trade again. But until then, be very cautious. There's been a lot of technical indicators that, again, have been looking at the S&P 500 and probably due for a pullback. Look for that, and it can be anywhere in the order of 5 and 10%, depending on how long this situation can go.
All right, well, we will keep our eye on that dollar, because as Fabian just noted, when you see that strong dollar, it starts a domino effect and starts to affect a lot of other sectors and a lot of other markets.